A pet project of mine has been about generations, and most of the folks up here are Gen Xers and Boomers, but you're hiring a ton of millennials in your companies. And I'll start with Jeff here. What are you doing? Are you doing something different there when it comes to millennials? Is there a culture change? What's your take on that?
Well, really not. I actually think it's overstated. I think the core drivers of people is they want to connect with the mission of what you're doing. They want to see where they're empowered to have impact, and they want to be respected and rewarded for what they do. And I think those core components cross generations.
Yeah, that's great. Kamud?
So I'll offer a systems point of view to that, and I agree with everything you've said. But I'll tell you an anecdote about I started at Airbnb a year ago or a year plus ago, and coming from two big companies, wearing a systems hat and a compliance and an operational hat, I started to do data audits within our HR system and really quickly found out that we were missing home phone numbers in our HR system, and that. The red flags in my mind are going, oh my God, if you have an emergency, what do we do about it? And we did a quick poll, not a scientific poll, but a really quick poll, and figured out the millennials, which make the biggest chunk of our population, they don't have home phone numbers. They have cell phone numbers. And we have 100% participation from a cell phone perspective. And so I had to change my mindset, and we had to change our emergency and compliance aspects of it, because what our millennials and our data was telling us.
That's great. Joan?
So we're actually a little bit older than most technology companies. I think our average age is 38 years old. So we probably have about 20% of the population that are millennials.
That's similar to us.
The one thing that I have found, which is great, it's kept us on our toes, is that millennial generation really want individual development plans. It's like they want to know every quarter. We actually got away from the annual performance review, and we do much more informal quarterly conversations, and we call them Forward at Marketo, and they're intended to not be so much about the past, but about sort of the future and the forward. So we're trying to respond to that by making sure that we're giving people sort of like ideas about where they're going to go and a path and a vision for the future, for them, for the company, but also for them individually.
Yeah, that's great.
I think at the core of it, people haven't changed that much. I think people want to be treated with respect. They want ongoing feedback. You could argue that maybe as time has gone on, people's attention spans have gone down, and they're more likely to bolt probably after a shorter period than maybe we're used to some years ago. So you have to be conscious of that. So I'm conscious of, sometimes I don't think of, especially a younger company doing a lot of development plans. I phrase it as, we're going to provide you the tools, but we're looking for self-driven people. But you have to do some hand-holding to them and be conscious of the fact that people are going to get stale and start looking if you go too long. So you have to be attentive, because people will go someplace else if they get bored in the role or feel like something's going astray.
That's great. Excellent. Thanks for indulging me on that.